Welcome to our channel. In today's video, we're diving deep into the major economic and energy shifts happening around the world. 2026. Global markets are in constant motion. Technology is advancing at lightning speed, and renewable energy policies are changing the game. We'll explore how different countries are adapting their strategies to stay competitive, secure, and resilient. This video is based on publicly available information and aims to provide an educational and neutral look at these global trends. Let's start with the big picture. Global economic shifts. Analysts are pointing to high market volatility, driven by trade tensions, inflation, and the ongoing transformation of supply chains. In response, emerging economies are pouring money into technology, modernizing their infrastructure, and boosting their renewable energy capacity to become more self. Meanwhile, developed nations are focusing on securing their supply chains, reinforcing trade agreements, and updating key industries to maintain stability. Experts agree that these aren't just temporary fixes. Countries are fundamentally rethinking their economic models to build long-term resilience for a future filled with uncertainty. This strategic pivot is all about preparing for a new era of global economics. Now, let's talk about the twin engines of this transformation: renewable energy and technology. Renewable energy is no longer a niche interest. It's a top priority for governments worldwide. Countries are aggressively scaling up solar, wind, and hydroelectric power to cut their dependence on fossil fuels and meet ambitious climate goals. Nations like Germany, India, and China are investing billions in green infrastructure, aiming to not only fight climate change, but also reduce their reliance on energy imports. At the same time, technology is acting as a powerful catalyst for change. Automation, artificial intelligence, and digitalization are being integrated into manufacturing, logistics, and trade to boost efficiency and productivity. Analysts stress that the winning formula for long-term economic stability lies in combining energy security with technological innovation. This synergy is what will define the leading economies of tomorrow. Of course, none of this happens in a vacuum. Geopolitical and trade impacts are shaping every move on the global chessboard. Political and economic relationships continue to influence national strategies in profound ways. We see this in partnerships like the European Union's cohesive economic policies and the new defense and trade cooperation. Agreements between countries like India and its allies. These alliances are designed to secure strategic advantages and create stable economic blocs. On the other hand, regions like the Middle East continue to navigate complex diplomatic and economic pressures, which in turn affect global oil, gas, and trade flows. Experts note that a key lesson for all nations is the need to adapt to geopolitical risks. They're doing this by diversifying their trade partners, reducing dependencies on single sources, and focusing on strategic self-reliance to weather any political storms that may arise. So, how are emerging economies navigating this new landscape? They're not just reacting. They're taking bold, proactive steps. Countries like Indonesia, Brazil, and Vietnam are making significant moves to strengthen their domestic industries and build resilience from the ground up. They are channeling massive investments into renewable energy projects, expanding digital infrastructure to connect their populations, and improving education to create a skilled workforce for the future. Analysts highlight that these strategic investments do more than just buffer these nations against global market shocks. They also position them to seize new opportunities in international trade and technology, allowing them to compete on a global scale and chart their own course for economic prosperity. To wrap things up, 2026 is proving to be a landmark year of adaptation for countries all over the world.